All right, first I'd like to just welcome you to this live company overview of Legal Shield. My name is Justin Boydston, and I've been with Legal Shield now for almost 8.5 years. As you can probably tell from my accent, I was born and raised in Texas. And prior to Legal Shield, I was a workaholic business owner that went 6 consecutive years without a day off. But because of the opportunity that Legal Shield offers, I now get to spend more time with my wife and kids in one day than I used to in a week. I have grown so much personally and professionally while on this powerful journey of doing well while doing good. I just look forward to continuing this journey with this great company, and I look forward to helping all of you live the life that you desire to live. Now, according to Harvard Business School, there's 5 areas that you want to take a look at when evaluating a company. First of all is the company. Is it solid? Does it make good financial decisions? And does it have good management? The need. Is there a real need in the marketplace for the product or service that they offer? And with the product, does the product fill that need? And is it priced customer friendly? The compensation, we want that product to be customer friendly priced, but we also want it priced for profit for you and your independent business. And then timing, is it the right time today to take that product to the marketplace? And will it still be the right time decades from now? Very, very important that that's the case. Now, we're a rock solid company that was founded in 1972 that is very cash rich and debt free. We currently protect 3.7 million lives in the US and in Canada. And our proprietary system of quality law firms covers 49 states and 4 provinces of Canada. And this system is one of a kind, and it's available exclusively to Legal Shield members. Now, as great as our country is, liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice is just simply not available to everyone. It's usually reserved for those that can afford it. Our vision is to change that. Our vision is to provide equal access to liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice that every North American deserves and expects. Our mission is to help people improve their lives by teaching life transforming skills and to deliver exceptional products and services that promote peace of mind and confidence in a world that is oftentimes uncaring and selfish. Now, that's a great vision. That's a great mission. I've loved my 8.5 years with this company, so I'm going to tell you great things. But what are other people saying about our company? Well, let's take a look at that. Yelp is one of my favorites because it is customer-based feedback. I'm proud to say that with Yelp, we're 5-star rated. We're also A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma, since we're based out of Oklahoma. And Consumer Affairs is also customer-based feedback. It is very hard to get a perfect rating with them, but we're 4.8 out of a possible 5 stars. That is a great rating with that company. Now, we've all worked a job that we really didn't like, probably with people we may not have even liked, but you see on this screen, you're almost 3 times more likely to end up in court than you are in a hospital. But yet we work those jobs with people we don't like because we need benefits, we need health insurance. To me, it just made good sense to have my family protected in this area as well. The good news is, though, is you won't have to work a job that you don't like in order to be able to have access to these benefits. Okay, let me ask you a few questions. Have you ever signed a contract or a document that you did not have an attorney review? I think we've all did that. Have you ever been overcharged and treated unfairly? Maybe you got in an argument with management and you told them they'd be hearing from your attorney, and you realized that you don't have an attorney, and even if you did, you couldn't afford to use them. Have you ever received a traffic ticket and did not defend your driving record? Have you ever known a victim of identity theft or maybe been one yourself? Have you ever been in a situation where you thought the advice of an attorney might be useful? I think we've all been in those situations. We just checked our checkbook before we checked our rights. See, we all have many situations where we should have used attorneys. We just simply don't want to pay their high hourly fees. Now, this is nationwide protection that we're fixing to talk about for all your covered family members. We've talked a little bit about the problems of having access to the justice system. So now we're going to talk about the solution. There's a huge need for what we had to offer. As a matter of fact, we typically, on average, annually, we field over 2 million requests for services from our members. And let's just kind of briefly run down the benefits here real quickly. What would it mean to you and your family if you were in that situation where you were being taken advantage of or treated unfairly, and to be able to say you'll hear from my attorney and mean it, not just threaten them with it, but to actually mean it? What would it mean to your family or any covered family member in an emergency situation to have access to top quality attorneys regardless of the day of the week and the time of the day? What difference would it make to your family to have access to top rated attorneys, to have them make a phone call or even write a letter on your behalf in situations like, say, a warranty wasn't being honored, maybe a claim wasn't being paid to your satisfaction? That happens to all of us. We just sweep it under the rug because the solution costs more than the problem. And then contracts and documents, again, I think we've all signed those without having an attorney review them. And in your mortgage contract, if you did review those, that would be a 10 or 12-hour close because there's so many documents. Not only are we going to review all those documents for you, we'll even prepare some of those documents for you to save you money if you choose to do so. Now, I can tell you that when you're being taken advantage of, or maybe something's not being paid to your satisfaction, can make a significant difference in your life. My wife battled cancer just a couple of years ago, and there was a medication that the doctor said that she needed in order to live, and the insurance refused to pay for that medication. Well, the 12 doses that she needed was $13,200. Well, I found out by having them review my insurance document and calling them and finding out where I stood legally, and then them making a phone call on my behalf, I found out that they had no justifiable reason to deny that claim. So when I went to pick up those medications, instead of $13,200, it cost me a total of $80. So I can personally tell you that life happens to everybody. And when it does, it's really nice to have access to a system that was designed to protect all of us, not just the wealthy. Continuing on with our services, we also give our families the peace of mind of knowing that your estate planning is not only done, but it's also kept up to date. As your life grows, your estate's going to grow with it through your will, through your living will, healthcare power of attorney, minor trust, HIPAA releases, all the things that you need to keep that in order. You're going to be able to do that included in the membership dues. 15 days after you enroll, we're also going to defend that driving record, even for those teenage drivers, or maybe you're someone who just likes to drive like a teenager. And when and if you're named in an IRS audit, you're not going to have to deal with the IRS alone. We will provide a board certified tax attorney to assist you every step of the way. And if you're named the defendant in a civil lawsuit, you'll have a bank of hours to defend yourself. Think that couldn't happen to you? Just know that there's almost 200 lawsuits filed every minute of every day in this country. Moving on here, this is some of our newest benefits that we're really proud of, and these are available to you 90 days after you enroll. You'll have access to these recently added benefits. Here's the neat thing. As our membership base grows, the plan just keeps getting stronger. As a part of getting stronger, we just added family domestic services. That includes uncontested divorce, uncontested adoption, uncontested separation and annulment, and uncontested name change. I think there's a lot of people that want to get a divorce and they agree on everything. They just can't afford to legally get a divorce. But I also know that there's a lot of kids that need a good home in this country. And I know that there's a lot of people that have good homes that would love to put those kids in them. But the problem is the legal fees are so high in this country to adopt that we go to other countries and adopt them. I believe we can actually change the rate of adoption in this country today if more people just knew that this plan exists. Now, as a Legal Shield member, you get access to great discounts, even if it's an issue that's pre-existing. Or maybe you're a plaintiff in a lawsuit. Remember, 200 lawsuits filed every minute of every day. We don't want to add to that. But if you are a plaintiff, you're going to get a great discount. Or maybe you're a defendant and you've exceeded your bank of hours that you have in your bank of your trial hours. That's not likely to happen, but I guess it could. But regardless, you're going to need an attorney anyways. It's nice to know that you're going to get a great attorney, and it's nice that you know that you're going to get them at a discounted rate. Now let's talk. I keep referencing covered family members. Who is that? And by the way, we have a plan for individuals, but who haven't started a family yet. But for those who have a family, this is who's covered. You as the member, your spouse, never married dependent children, including full-time college students under the age of 26 living at home. Now, if they're in college, as long as they're not married, regardless of where they live, they're covered up to the age of 26. Dependent children under the age of 18 for whom you're the legal guardian of, and physically or mentally disabled children living at home, they're covered for the life of your plan. They'll never have to own their own. Now let's think about this for a second. If you owned a law firm and you were an AV rated attorney, which is the highest rating that an attorney can achieve, and I told you that I no longer want to pay you an hourly fee, I want to pay you a monthly rate. And all the services that I mentioned is what I want access to, and I want access to them all across the country, and I want my entire family to be able to use these services. How much would you have to charge me for everything that we've talked about just so far? Well, I've had actual attorneys tell me you just flat out couldn't afford it. Simple as that. So let's just put up here, just for reference, let's put up here a side-by-side comparison of your choices in our country today. Your first choice is an attorney that charges $250 an hour. I can tell you today, $250 an hour is about the minimum. It goes up from there. Or you can join Legal Shield and pay less than $20 a month for all these services that we've mentioned already. Now, here's something that's really neat. As we change the way the justice system is accessed in our country today, as we change the people that are able to access that system, regardless of the amount of money in their bank, people are starting to take notice, and they're starting to tell people how valuable these services are and how important it is for you and your family to be protected by them, such as Karen White, Executive Director of CWAG, that's the Conference of Western Attorney General. Buddy Caldwell, Attorney General of the great state of Louisiana. Michael Moore, former Attorney General of the great state of Mississippi. You might recognize Michael Moore. He won the largest lawsuit in the history of our country when he took on the tobacco industry. And then we've got James Ariona. He is not only a former lieutenant governor of the state of Hawaii, but also a retired circuit and family court judge. So definitely he has a unique outlook. He's seen both sides of the justice system, and he realizes how important it is to have access. Now let's transition here a little bit to the second area of our protection, and that's identity theft. It's no secret that this crime has become an epidemic in our country as well as the world. It is a major problem of epidemic proportions. For 15 consecutive years, it's been the #1 consumer complaint, and it manifests itself in many different ways. It is not just about credit. Credit is one of them, but you also got Social Security, driver's license, medical fraud, which is the fastest growing adult identity theft. Character criminal, maybe you're becoming a teacher. That's the identity that they're going to check before you get that teaching certificate. Tax refund is growing by leaps and bounds the last couple of years. And then one that you don't even see up here, minor identity theft, which is actually the fastest one in our country today. Your child, your grandchild, they're 51 times more likely to have their identity stolen than you and I as adults. The revenue from identity theft now far surpasses that from dealing drugs, and it's had a devastating effect on America. This includes widespread financial and emotional devastation. Make no mistake about it, the banks are not absorbing all these losses, nor are the retailers. It's being passed on to us. So we're either directly or indirectly affected by the crime of identity theft. So Kroll Background America, Kroll Consulting, they're the world's leading risk consulting firm. Again, not just here, in the world. Crow came to Legal Shield many, many years back before we even knew what identity theft was. They knew how bad the problem was going to be. They knew how significant it was going to affect America. So they wanted to potentially partner up with Legal Shield. And Legal Shield quickly realized that this is a problem that's going to affect all of our members. So we not only wanted to offer them the most comprehensive protection available, but we also wanted that service delivered by the best of the best. And that's exactly what Kroll is. They're used to representing Fortune 500 clientele. They're prepaid and ready to advise you and your family. And they offer this protection exclusively to Legal Shield members. Now, so what makes our coverage so comprehensive and so different? Well, first of all, instead of focusing on financial alone, which is only a small part of identity theft, we monitor what matters most: your privacy and your security. Your privacy includes your social security number, your date of birth, your DMV, your passport, address, email, web persona, and more. Look, your information is everywhere. If you've ever went to school, if you've ever drove a vehicle, if you ever had insurance or paid a utility or paid taxes, your information is absolutely everywhere. Your security, which includes bank accounts, credit cards, loans, and much, much more that goes along with that. It's very important to proactively monitor and search all areas of your identity. Now, most importantly, statistically, we know that this will happen to you multiple times in your lifetime. With us, when it happens to you, you're going to be assigned a licensed private investigator that's going to take on your case, and he's going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your good name. As with our legal plan, in those emergency situations, you will have access to dedicated professionals 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And since we don't do infomercials or commercials, you may not realize that we currently protect over 1 million lives, and that number is growing fast. We understand that it's better to invest those monies back into the service that we provide, back into the customers that we're protecting, as opposed to putting bogus information on television. Here's just a few of the many benefits that we offer. Free credit report with score and analysis, credit counseling, credit monitoring and alerts, unlimited identity theft consultation, comprehensive identity restoration, which is what we just glanced on, and a $5 million service guarantee. Our most famous competitor is famous for a $1 million guarantee. We offer a $5 million service guarantee, and it just gets better. This is the only plan available that puts a complete wall of security around you and your family, because in a lot of cases, legal issues arise as a result of an identity theft. Our largest competitor in the marketplace is famous with those commercials and infomercials, but the facts are they offer far less protection for a much higher price point. 70% of identity theft cases incur legal issues. Well, with our competitor, their family protection for just identity theft protection is $51.96 a month for a family of 4. Our family protection is $19.96 for you, your spouse, and up to 8 kids. When you include the legal protection, it still only costs $39.90 a month as compared to $51.96 a month with them with no legal protection. Now, they offer free shredders and all that stuff. That's an expensive shredder as far as I'm concerned. It definitely doesn't sound free to me. I think that's a pretty easy choice to get more protection for less money, knowing that it's going to happen to you and your family members multiple times in your lifetime. Now, these services obviously are the best. They're obviously delivered by the best, but how easy is it to use? Well, it's always been easy, but we just made it a lot easier. How did we do that? We just developed this app. Once you get this set up, with one touch of the button, you can get in touch with your law firm, your IDT advisor, even member services. And in those emergency situations, you got access to them with one touch of the button. When you're in an emergency situation, ease of access is very, very important. We understand that. That's why we developed this app for you as our customer. Now, With every serious problem that affects a lot of people, it presents a huge business opportunity for those that offer the best solution to that problem. So now we're going to transition into the opportunity that is created based off of this need that can offer you and your family a significant income. So let's start this part off by talking about two goals that our company has. The first one is to sign up every family for the legal plan and the identity theft plan. That's very important to have that done. We know that it's going to happen to you. We know that you're going to need it. You might as well get it done. We currently serve 3.7 million lives. We also serve over 34,000 companies that offer this as an employee benefit. The second goal there is we want to create more millionaires than any other company in the history of our country. Now, we know that we're more of a cause-driven company than just a commission-based company, but we also understand that money changes things. It's not necessarily the money, it's the things that you can do with the money. We currently have over 190 Millionaire Club members and several hundred that make in excess of six figures a year, and a lot of those are part-time, and they do good things with that money. I mean, there's plenty of associates with our company that feed, clothe, and provide Bibles to kids in countries that wouldn't have access to that any other way. And we're proud that we're able to do that. We're looking for more and more people that are wanting to do things like that. And with this compensation plan we're fixing to discuss, you have the opportunity to get that done. All right. So as we enter this portion of the program, you're probably thinking, how much does it cost to start this business? Because we're used to the old-fashioned business where it costs $400,000 to start a business. How do I do this business? We want to make sure that you can do it. And then, most importantly, how much can you earn? Is there a ceiling on it? Is it unlimited? These are legitimate questions that we're going to address here with the rest of this presentation. First of all, your one-time affordable investment with us is only $149. We want you to know right off the bat that you can build a significant business that you truly own for a one-time investment. Your investment will get you all the things that you need to get your business up and running immediately, get you into profit immediately. Your kit includes comprehensive training on the internet, in the classroom, in the field, in your CD player in your car, everything that you need to learn what you need to learn. You're going to get in the field training from support from your sponsor and your team, online access to your associate portal to track your business as it grows, an associate support center that's designated to help you grow your business. And then you got a very unique benefits plan available to you as well. Now let's talk about a few additional benefits that you get as a Legal Shield associate. As your business is operating, we know that there's expenses that come along with any business. You're going to need office supplies. You're probably going to need a computer from time to time. You're probably going to travel and need to rent a car, things like that. I'm not going to go through all these, but just know that as your business grows, we have great relationships with companies that just because you're a Legal Shield associate, you get tremendous discounts at all of these great stores. Some of the things that aren't up there, though, is we have access to just incredible healthcare plans and dental plans and prescription cards that are offered at employee group discounts, even though you're an independently self-employed business owner. We understand that the majority of people will start their business part-time. So what we did was we built a system for spare time, part-time people to generate significant income. How do we do that? Well, we do that with websites. We do that with social media. We do that with videos that play with or without you. All the things that you need to grow a significant business, whether you're there or not, we have it in place for you to take advantage of. Now, our plans obviously are the foundation of our company. There's many different ways to offer those plans, including one-on-one employee benefits. You can offer it to business owners. You can offer it to commercial truck drivers, teachers, law officers, foster parents, people who have very specific needs. We offer very specific solutions to those needs. And then, of course, the identity theft arena is just huge and growing each and every day. Here's the thing. We have a very clear advantage in the marketplace because what we have is so unique and different that it's very difficult to duplicate, which means we have very little competition. So let's now talk about compensation. You see at the top there, you get personal commissions. You can build a sales force and get overridden commissions, and you also get residual income on the customers that you retain. So let's first talk about personal commissions. You can see that those range all the way from $78 all the way up to $280. As you advance in your career, you're just automatically going to reach new positions with the company, and you're going to get 8% incremental raises as you reach those milestones. Now, is it difficult to do? Absolutely not. I shot straight to the top of this in less than 3 months, and anybody can do that. Now, on the building a sales force, we also want you to be compensated for letting them know that this career path is available, but also to plugging them into the systematic training that'll help them become successful. Those overridden commissions range from $39 all the way up to $206. And in the blue screen, we've done the math for you. As you advance through the compensation plan, you can see how those overrides get much, much larger. Now, here's the exciting part, though. Residual income on all of your book of business, that stays, but also residual income on all of the book of business of your sales force, that stays for the life of that membership. That income can get very substantial. That's 3 forms of income that we talked about just on this one screen alone that can build a significant income for you and your family. Now, here's another neat thing about this compensation plan. The fact that we allow you to get paid each and every day by direct deposit. It's really nice when your sales force is out working, even if you're not. It's really nice when you're retaining your members and they're still paying in, and you're getting a cut of that every single month that they pay. So you really never know, once your business gets built, how much you're going to get paid. And it's really exciting to get up every morning and turn on the computer and see how much you got paid. That is a great way to start the day. So let's do just a quick example so that you understand a little bit better the power of the leverage within this compensation plan. Let's say that you build a sales force of 3 people. And then those 3 people decide to build a sales force of 3 people. And then those 9 people also build a sales force of 3 people. That your entire sales force only has 39 people in it. But let's say all of those 39 people make 1 sale per month. That's going to pay you $1,496.43 a month. Let's say that they make 1 sale per week. You can see that that bumps you up to just a little under $6,000 a month. And let's say that they average 1 sale per day. That bumps you up to almost $45,000 per month. And this is based off the exact plan that we showed you earlier in this presentation. Now, you're probably thinking they're not going to make a sale every day, and you're right about that. 27 of them might not make a sale every day, but you might have one of them that offers it to an employee benefit setting, and he might sell 1,000 in one day. So these are very real, very conservative numbers, and it absolutely can build a significant income for you and your family. How significant? Well, you take the last decade, which has been historically bad economically with record layoffs and foreclosures in our country. During that same decade, we paid our associates over $1 billion. We also have lifestyle money, lifestyle bonuses. We built a point system. We call it Performance Club. And now that we've talked about the significant income you can build for your family, let's talk about the lifestyle here for just a little bit. The first thing I want you to know about Performance Club is that this does not mean that you're a rock star in this business. It just simply means that you're consistent. Well, every member that you enroll, you get a point. Every new sales associate that you bring on board gives you 2 points. You help that new sales associate become successful, you get another point for that. So just with one person, you can get 4 points. And this is based off of a 5-point per month system. So when you get 5 points your first month, that's going to allow you to do what we call Fast Start Qualify. What does that do? It gives you your first raise. Very significant part of your career right there. At month number 4, you're continuing that 5 per month. Now you get special recognition from the company. And at month number 8, you're going to get a one-time $150 bonus. Basically, they returned your investment plus $1. On month number 12, now you're going to get a $300 monthly bonus because you continued that consistency, or you can choose to participate in our BMW program and they'll bump that up to $500 a month so that you can drive the car of your dreams. Now, continuing the lifestyle, they also send you on just incredible trips. My family has enjoyed so many awesome trips thanks to this great company. Exotic locations, totally 100% paid for you and a guest by Legal Shield. Now, once you reach the Platinum World, you can see the trips become a little bit different. There's London in 13, Sea Island in 14, Rome in 15. That'll be a great trip in 15. And we've even taken it out to 16 this year because we wanted it to coincide with the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. What a great trip that's going to be. I've always wanted to attend the Olympics. I just didn't think I would ever get that done. Now I'm not only going to be able to get that done, somebody else is going to pay for that trip for me. That is just incredible. That is a lifestyle that most people can only dream of. So in closing here, let's talk a little bit about timing. One of the most important things that you'll take a look at when it comes to starting a business. This is a chart that represents our market saturation as of the year 2000. You can see the green is less than 1%, the orange is 1 to 2%, the red is 2 to 4%, and the blue is more than 4%. Now you see that there's only 3 reds, about half orange, and about half green. Okay? Now let's fast forward 10 years. Now this is a very subtle change, so pay attention here. Watch the map. You see that subtle change? No more reds, but a few more oranges. Let me go back and forth in case you didn't see that. It's a very minor difference in 10 years. But here's the exciting part. Over the last few years, we've invested a substantial amount of money in market research, and the results have just been nothing short of amazing and exciting. We found out that a large portion of the people in our country would purchase this today if somebody would just sit down with them and explain to them how it works. That's exciting. Now, we call it 2020 vision. 2020 is less than 5 years from now. And based off of the market research, this is what is projected and expected in the year 2020. That's no longer a subtle difference, is it? That's a very substantial difference. Here's the thing about it. You're going to be 5 years older in 2020 anyways. So why not take advantage of this perfect storm for business? Why not take advantage of what's going to happen with or without you, what we call 2020 vision? Now let's hit on critical mass real quick as it relates to business. 2, 3, 4% market saturation is usually when critical mass takes place in the marketplace. You can see that HMOs, it took them quite a while to get to 2%, but it didn't take very long to get to 52% after that. That's what's known as critical mass. Legal Shield is currently at that 2 to 2.5% market saturation. Critical mass is right here. You have the opportunity to get involved right as critical mass starts to happen. The USA Today said to us it sounds like healthcare coverage before it turned into a $1 trillion industry. We're currently a $500 million industry. That's going to be a fun journey from a $500 million to $1 trillion. Now here's the 3 major divisions of insurance: life, auto, and health, and then you see legal. You can see that the life, auto, and health is saturated and the legal's not, but even take that a step further. Again, when your health insurance doesn't do what they're supposed to do, like they did with my wife, you can call the legal plan. They're going to get them to do what they should have done in the first place. That's why people call us the insurance of insurances. Now, why are so many people joining us right now? Our business model allows you to do well while doing good, and people love that, and they fall in love with the services that we have to offer. They also desire more income, but they also want freedom. They don't want to have to choose any longer between the two. They want income and freedom. They also desire personal and professional growth, and they want to enjoy the people that they work with and make new friends. We absolutely meet all 5 of those criteria. So the last slide here in closing is our action steps. Here's the realities of today. Increasing financial demands, less time with our families, and we're working more hours for less pay. And there's definitely a lack of job security, record layoffs. They just announced more just this last week. And a recent study done by our own government showed that 95% of Americans are either dead or dead broke by the age of 65. I refuse to participate in that system. I'm going to do something about it. I'm the president and CEO of my household. The average family retires with just $41,000 in assets, which means they just barely got by their entire life. And that's why we live on plastic. That's why the average family spends $1.22 for every dollar that they make. So what are your choices? Maybe you get a second or a third job. Maybe you buy a small business or buy a franchise. Maybe you're praying that you win the lottery. All of those choices are either far-fetched or very expensive. Or you can do what we talked about on this presentation, and that's to start your own home-based business. It literally costs more to not get involved than it does to get involved. The average household saves $6,000 to $9,000 a year on their taxes by having a home-based business. So quite literally, it costs more to not get involved than it does to get involved. So number one, become a member, get your family protected. Number two, become an associate, and let's build something substantial for your family. Number three, let's get you properly trained so that business continues to grow. Let's get your first commissions, get you into profit right away. Let's get your sales force built. So with that, I encourage you to click the Get Started Now button, and let's start writing your success story with Legal Shield today.